Oh no, welcome back to the Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, back again. And tonight, Manchester United face Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I'm pretty sure it's at Stamford Bridge, just to quickly make sure. Yeah, at Stamford Bridge, where it's a 8:15 kickoff. Obviously, the Premier League moved it because of the Europa League final. Same with Spurs. Their game, I think their game's at 7:30. But I'm trying to think who they've got. I can't remember who they've got. The team, I think, will kind of pick itself. It'll be something like this, I guess. Obviously not Delict. I haven't actually done the team, actually. Let's just quickly do the team. I think it will be like Lindelof, Maguire, Mazzouri, Dorgu, maybe Amas, maybe Luke Shaw. One of them two, maybe. And then obviously I think it will be Casemiro and Ugarte in midfield with Bruno Fernandes, Højlund and Garnacho up front. So yeah, let's get into it and let's talk about the last league result, which was a very disappointing 2-0. I mean, what can we say? What can we say? You know, we was expecting something good and we just literally, I don't know, it's like we just couldn't be, it was like half-assed. We just didn't know what to do. You know, we didn't really start that well. We gave West Ham, you know, the time and space. Literally, they had so much time with the ball. Like we were never onto them. We, you know, from minute one, we was literally just letting them having the ball, literally passing it about, and then obviously they got the first goal. It was a really poor goal to concede. It's, you know, okay, you could say about Ahmad, you know, he's just coming back, but playing him as playing him as like a right wing back in his first game, I think that was okay, it was good for us, but I just don't think it was worth him playing there. I think we needed him as a number 10 instead of a. Yeah, you know, instead of playing him as a right wing back, playing as him a number 10, and you know he kind of fell for the trick, and then obviously his I think it's Kudu's cross went into, I think it's Souček with the first goal. So then that was 1-0, and like literally like second half, like for the rest of the first half, we were non-existent for some reason. We just could not seem to pass the ball together. Ugarte looked absolutely rubbish. You know, we played a really strong team. I was expecting, you know, I wasn't expecting that strong of a team, and maybe that was the point. Maybe, I'm not too sure. But you know, we left Garnacho out as well. We played Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes played up front with Mason Mount. So we had two proper 10s, but then we was missing the wing play, and you know, Harry Amas wasn't giving us that. What's his name? Wasn't giving us that either. You know, what's his name? It's not Yeah, it was. Was it Dorgu? No, it was Ahmad. Ahmad was giving us. You know, I think it was literally just Ahmad who was playing, and then literally that was it. So. Yeah, we lost. We got the second goal. It was poor from Ugarte. I don't know what he was expecting. I'm not too sure, but he kind of, you know, just dived a bit, and then Aaron Wan-Bissaka passed into, I think it was Kudu's, and then his shot kind of fell towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who crossed it back across goal for Jarrod Bowen to make it 2-0, and then that was literally it. And then obviously. Oh, for God's sake. I don't like this formation. I really don't like this formation in FIFA. I can't seem to play with this formation. Oh, conveniently, that's half-time as well. And then obviously we made substitutions. Garnacho came on and we looked so much better. And then we just, for some reason, we just could not score. Amount of times Højlund had chances to score. You know, if he put away his chances, it would have been easily 2-2. You know, West Ham were there for the taking. Simple as that. You know, as soon as we made the substitutions, and you know they were there for the taking, it was, you know, it was so poor. Oh, for God's sake. It was so poor from United. It really was. And then Harry Maguire had a couple headers from corners that were straight at Areola. I mean, the chance with Højlund, where he missed from literally 2 yards out, you know, it just shows you how bad he has been this season. And, you know, okay, this is the second to last game for us because obviously we got the Europa League final next Wednesday. Hopefully we can go into that against, you know, on form. If we can go, you know, go to Chelsea and give them a game at least give them a game. Because if we don't, like, if we play like we did against West Ham, you know, it could be like 3 or 4. It could be 4 or 5-0. So yeah, I just hope, you know, we do put a performance in, and hopefully we don't get any more injuries because it looks like Euro is out now, so it looks like Euro and De Ligt won't be fit for the final. There is talk of Diogo Dalot being back for the final, but I'll be very surprised if he is. So yeah, I mean, what can we say? I mean, literally, what can we say? Obviously, Chelsea need to win for the Champions League, so you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we did lose this game, unless something happens and we, like I said, we just poor performance out of nowhere. To be honest, I could see a draw. Because, you know, Chelsea, you know, they haven't really got going. You know, they were close in December to the title race, and then since then they've been absolutely on and off. And obviously last weekend they lost Nicholas Jackson to the red card, so they'll be without Nicholas Jackson. Obviously we have to watch out for Cole Palmer and everyone else, but yeah, we've it's going to be a hard game. You know, no doubt about it. Chelsea way is always a hard game, but I think we should be okay. But you know, on the day, if we don't score, we just don't score, and obviously they'll score, no doubt about it. I wouldn't be surprised if we sort of a team that will face Spurs next week against Chelsea. So yeah, let's see if that happens, but I've got a funny feeling that we're not going to see that. I think it's just going to be one of them games where we'll probably have most of the ball. Well, we'll have less of the ball. Probably try and play them on the counter attack. I don't know. It just seems like. Oh, I couldn't get it through to Casemiro. It just seems like it's going to be one of them games, and again, like, I'm not too worried. You know, main focus is next Wednesday, so let's see if we can. Oh, what a finish that is! Let's see if we can, you know, get our high spirits up, because we need, you know, us fans in the Premier League. You know, we haven't had like a victory in the in the Premier League since literally. Well, we haven't won in our last 5. Our last point was against Bournemouth, obviously. So we need 3 points. Just give us something to cheer about to going into Wednesday, because that game against West Ham, that was a joke. It was such a joke of performance. Even I was going to say Eric Ten Hag then. Even Ruben Amorim has said, you know, it's not looking good, and you know, there's question marks if we're playing like that in the summer. You know, he might not be the right person to take over, which is a bit worrying to see that he came out with that. But I'll be very surprised if he's not the manager at the after the pre-season. But obviously there's that. Obviously Chelsea as well, like I said, they're going for Champions League, so they'll be up for it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us 2-0, 2-1, something like that. I'll be very surprised if we score, to be honest. But again, you know, main focus is Wednesday, and I just hope that, you know, I just hope we get a good performance from United. Just give us a good performance. Don't go all out attacking. You know, get injuries this week, because it basically, you know, if let's just say Harry Maguire gets injured, you know, for the Spurs game, that's going to be massive. Yeah. So for my score prediction, I'm going to go for. You know what? I'm gonna go 1-1. I think we might get a goal. But I'll be very. Oh, that was my dog. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go 1-1. But I'll be very surprised if we. I'll be very surprised if we won. To be honest, I reckon the Chelsea might do us like 2-3-0. To be honest, but as a Man United fan, I would hope for a victory, obviously. So let's see. Let's see. Main focus, like I said, is the last two Premier League games are nothing. It's all focus is on Wednesday. Just get through this game. No injuries. Get the 3 points if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. We're 16th, 17th. I don't know. It's going to be one of them days, isn't it? It's going to be one of them days. Right, anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So, right, guys, I'm going. Bye.